Customs and traditional beliefs previously detested exhuming of the remains of the dead, but as time changed, the rights of the dead have been violated. Routine land disputes, love for quick money from the sale of property, have struck a compromise to violate the rights of the dead by illegally evicting their remains.
Other
people exhume for medical reasons, or investigations. Maybe they want to pick a sample of the DNA. So that one, it's usually a police letter. Police or the magistrate supervises, and that case is called the coroner.
Despite champions of exhuming remains of the dead illegally, the law stipulates procedure one has to go through during and after exhuming the remains of the dead.
So you're required to apply to court. Then court can hear the reasons given and court grants the order. Many times there are no disputes and court just gives the order ex parte. The whole reason why you're required to go to court to avoid disputes that may arise in exhuming a person.
Sometimes the law requires one to notify the local leaders where the exhuming is taking place and where the remains are to be relocated.
Serves that order on the area police, the area local council officials, and usually the RDC, just for the sake of maintaining peace and harmony. Many people don't get orders and they do it in the middle of the night, but that is illegal.
Some people exhume the remains of the deceased, basing their views on customs and traditions.
That maybe in this tribe or in this clan, we bury like this. However, religion and cultural practice take second place to the law. There is no minimum or maximum time that a person can be transferred. The only difference is if a person left a will and clearly stipulated that I'm to be buried here, then that will cannot be changed.
Recently, over 40 remains of the dead were illegally exhumed in Nakasajja-Kyampisi, Mukono district, leaving many in shock.
Usually, if it happens in such a manner that chances are that there was no court order, or if it was there, possibly all parties were not aware. It would even have been prudent for court to visit the ground, to visit the locus, to ascertain, because a person might misrepresent that I'm moving 3 bodies when it's a burial ground of more than 4 families. In fact, if there are any disputes, the other parties who don't want the exhumation to take place can object in court.
Police arrested one Juliet Zansanze.
You can be charged under the penal code and you can be sentenced to up to 3 years imprisonment. There is also an offense under the Succession Act of intermeddling with the estate of a deceased person.
With the increasing cases of exhuming of the bodies and relocation of the remains of the deceased, there is need to ascertain the rights of the deceased.
Deceased people don't have any rights, especially after death. The only rights that arise to a deceased person are where the deceased left a will. It should be in writing, it should be witnessed, it should be dated, and it should be signed by the person who is making it. So the biggest rights that accrue to a deceased person, when a person has expressed what they want to do in death, their will is supposed to be fulfilled.
The law on exhumation emphasizes that one must have a license and the activity must be done within a year with the watch of the environmental health officer who ensures procedures are complied with when exhuming the remains of the deceased. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.